Greetings, Galactic, homoluminous light beings of the 144, waking up, rising up through this powerful energy of the 13th. Happy Friday the 13th. This is the most powerful code of the 13 of all timelines, dimensions, and realms converging here now through this most powerful goddess energies, waking up and rising up. Goddess, divine feminine, fully awake, fully aware, and fully activated in this now, forevermore. So many powerful energies coming in. Where do I begin? I'll start this with thanking all of you that have joined with Patreon and sent donations. I appreciate you all. It is because of your support and donations and pledges on Patreon that I'm able to bring these transmissions to the world daily. Now, those that follow this channel know that now that I am out west, anchoring into the grid here in the sacred Lemurian energy, that I'm relying 100% on Patreon and pledges to be able to pay for my bills and for my living here, living expenses. So thank you all very much. And those that are on Patreon, I received a lot of messages and comments on that sacred video I uploaded a couple days ago of the connection with the wild horses in Death Valley, one of the most sacred moments in my journey to my sacred condor, where one of the wild horses walked right up to me from this herd and let me touch her on her angelic head. So thank you all for your comments. If you'd like to support my work and mission, you can do so at patreon.com/prime disclosure. And at the end of today's transmission, I have a special transmission for all of you from a sacred chief that gifted me from the higher dimensions. I'm in this valley overlooking where he was massacred many years ago, and I've been connecting with his spirit and energy, and he left me a gift today of a sacred elemental. As I looked out my window this morning, there was a light rainbow emanation coming from this foliage that as I walked up to it, he left me a beautiful stone, an elemental with very powerful healing of the pink ray of the divine feminine energy, which I will do a transmission directly from the chief at the end of today's transmissions. We have many powerful transmissions today with this 13 energy and the divine goddess. And today is also the day that all the dark spells, the curses, and any nefarious manipulation of consciousness is ending. Today, all the spells and curses of all timelines and of our lineages and of our ancestors is being lifted here now, and you feel that through your heart center. We are going to do a healing of the rose ray, the rose and the blue, of the Venusian lineage into the violet. So stick around to the end. Today, the Schumann manifested 10 hertz with many light codes coming in. We had a couple days of many higher dimensional waves flowing in, these gamma waves of photon light, of higher dimensional light from 5D up into the 7D that is assisting us to transition through these fourth density, the 4D energies. We had over 200, there was 231 M1.5 or greater earthquakes, so there was a very large uptick in the frequency and consistency, which it's almost twice as many as normal on this 13 goddess energy as she is ascending. We had a trinity beginning this morning at 2056 UTC, beginning in the sacred Andes Mountains, where our most beloved Condor, divine feminine, rising up to the highest peak, to the holiest temple, Argentina, with a 4.4 magnitude. And then in Peru, in the sacred Andes Mountains, within the Amazon basin and the foothills at 4.8 with the 12 energy, divine feminine. And then we had a 4.3 with the 7 code in the sacred Andes. Again, Argentina. Both of these were on the border, close to the border of Chile and Argentina. But the trinity of the Kundalini, of the 3 Dantians of Pachamama of Gaia, fully activated, fully open, fully awake. And then the whole ring of Lemuria, the ring of fire, totally lit up today, 5.0, the West Indian Antarctic Ridge, and a 5.7 in Macquarie Island. And then up into Taiwan with a 4.3, then in the Crown in Russia 4.4, then across the ocean in Alaska Peninsula with a 4.3. So we had the 7.87, and then a powerful 5.3 in California and into Nevada, and then down into south of Panama with a 4.5 with a 9 energy, 747 UTC, just north of the equator. Then we had another Trinity starting in Rosita South in Texas, and then again in California, 4.3, and then southern Idaho with a 4.3, Tonopah, Nevada, 3.4. So we had 3.4s right in a row, 777. Also 888 was coming through earlier today. Multiple, one after another, Nevada's being fully activated. And this is also connected with the Lemurian energy, the divine goddess, and the heart center was fully activated today with a 3.8, the 11 energy in the island of Hawaii, Waimea, 19.965 latitude, 155.569 longitude. So we had the 555 into the 777, into the 999, the 9th density, the 9th dimension, all the way up to the 12 and then the 13 of the great central sun, fully activated and fully emanating into this realm, waking up all star blossoms for their full final mission of ascension and this great awakening. We will start today's first transmission from Divine Sistar of the Light, Raylene Brady, 13/11/2020, the 13th great wave of Karuna, the great roller coaster ride of dualist extreme, also known as 2020, has had us traversing the polarity spectrum with purpose. May the 13th great wave of Karuna, compassionate action, wash all anew, waves of codons within codons, as filaments of photonic light spiraling within the great cosmic dance, both within and without, and in cohesion with the great spiraling of life eternal. Concerns over those that slumber, those able to awaken in time. Never mind, for this wave-form dance truly is the great contagion occurring, flooding our planet en masse. No matter the seemingly relentless dictates and distortions of a false light, illusory reality hijacking our life and life force, we have come to truly know ourselves as integrated surfers, as the great cosine wave of truth. No matter the crazy storm running out its course around us and the continuous sidestepping, the drama vortex appears pale by divine standards, totally losing all appeal, roller coaster relief being but a minute slither of the rewards of due diligence, as we enter into the sanctuary of truth. Verily I say unto thee, inorganic beings and illusory matter cannot create without us as their conduits. This held as true knowing is how you break the spell of playing small as individuals and as a collective. We have entered the belly of the beast only to discover our fragmented aspects of self therein. And as the birthing gates are flung open, the vortices of personal planetary birth canals are in full dilation, a legitimate delivery assured. Know this all to be a wondrously executed boon, facets of self-surrendering unto self, no matter the intensity, remaining in eternal fluidity of our sine wave signature. Remember, the illusory spell is forever broken in now time. Remain in your core vertical plane axis, zero pointing. Many of the star elders have now as a collective entered the dream room and are weaving as one in unified codon sequencing within the dreaming. This is our organic intranet. Broadcast the memo far and wide that the delusion of the spell is forevermore broken. All is in accord. Synchronized transmissions through the speed of internal light are always on offer. Many have chosen to receive and are co-creating through in-sync intel delivered via the grand Galactic creatrix womb and the living libraries of the heart womb of Gaia, our true connectivity. Earth star tribes are remembering, putting back the dismembered parts of self in unification, and are laying down soul-seeded encodements in the rich organic soil of pure and gratuitous intent. The wise are actualized. The divinity held in nature continues to provide us with the keys and codes to perpetually gestate the birthing rays require to remain fully anchored within the field of eternalite being and knowing. This is the knowledge of physical immortality and the wisdom of the ages, arising to the dream, raising up your swords of eternal truth. Observe crystalline rays of diamond laser light piercing through to the galactic core center. Draw down this cosmic birthing ray and plant it firmly within the dark velvety fertility of new earth. Anchor and alchemize this as pure heartfelt intent for all beings residing on and within the earth. When the phoenix rises, the dove will descend. And as the dismantling paradigms reconfigure within the Atlantean and the Lemurian sagas, we remain steadfast to the 13 = 12 as one principle, the lore of the one heart race, one love, ushering in the return of the children of one heart race, one heart, one world. And so the cycles continue. Rise and shine, Homo luminous, within a grand golden field of grace and godhood. From Raylene Brady. Today, from Divine Sister of the Light, Sally Sharon. The rising of the 13. Like the child who has been bullied and shamed, mocked and shunned, you have been waiting silently in the shadows. O 13, divine temptress, beautiful keeper of promises, creatrix of the highest order. Today, on this day of Venus, the 13th of November 2020, we restore you to your rightful position of divine feminine goddess of potential. From dark to light, emerge from your sacred cave today, for we welcome you with excitement, celebration, and love. Please forgive us for misusing you in the worst possible ways. You are beautiful beyond everything we could possibly have imagined. Please invite us into your sumptuous caves of deep nurturing and love, and teach us how to work with your divine, creative force for the highest good of all. We respect and revere your immense power as creative fulfiller of the divine plan, and we vow today, this day of Venus, of the 13th of November 2020, to work with you henceforth only in accordance with the highest laws of creation. We will teach our children and our grandchildren how to honor you, how to love you, and to respect you as the divine goddess of potential that you truly are. From Sally Sharon. 13/11/2020, inspired by Magenta Pixie's recent channeling about the 13, which totally resonated within me. Today from Isis Channelings, Venus, Anana, at Gate of Personal Power, November, on the 12th, which was yesterday, Pallas Athena, plus Seshat, 1244 coming in. Venus, Inanna, reaches the gate of personal power on November 12th on her journey of descent in her current synodic cycle as the Gemini metagoddess. Here she hands over her ring of power, golden hip girdle, to the gatekeeper at the 5th gate at the solar plexus. This is symbolic of releasing all our limiting beliefs, stories, and patterns that prevent us from owning our power, our self-worth, our dreams and desires, our inner radiance and light, without falling into ego trappings. It is an invitation to do the shadow work so that we stop self-sabotaging, playing victim, and handing away our personal power on a platter to others in the guise of love, relationship, attachment, success, etc., when what is actually called for is courage. Courage to take risks, courage to leap off the cliff, courage to fail, and courage to call out the emperor's new clothes. Call out a popular narrative that serves a few. On the other end of the spectrum, you are asked to travel within to discern and release patterns and attitudes that make you complicit in actions that aim to have power over others, undermining others' sovereignty, freedom, and independence. November 12 is also the 3rd Jupiter-Pluto, Pallas Athene conjunct, coming on the heels of an 11/11 gateway of anchoring new codes of light for new pillars of foundation. In this profound and intense time of death and rebirth, Pluto, Samhain, Samhain portal, November 7 through 14, the aspect of the archetype of Pallas Athena. Goddess Athena, also aligned as one of the main goddesses of the Gemini metagoddess archetype, assumes major traction. Athena represents courage, war, strategy, skill, political, nous, creative inspiration, and warrior energy for justice. It is this very energy, as opposed to aggressive Mars warrior energy, that is the need of the hour at this moment in the time on the world platform. We are now required to lose the limiting beliefs arising from popular false narratives that serve a few and dive into the soul wisdom that Athena represents and step up to the plate in conscious and righteous action with respect to the situations, challenges that we may be facing at individual or collective levels. Call upon her to recognize the patterns where you give away, do not own your power or try to exert power over others, and bring forth with courage and conviction your soul gifts, skills, talents, wisdom to claim your sovereignty, your personal power, and your inner radiance, and allow others to do the same. The reason you have incarnated in this now, and fight the good fight, that which serves all in justice, truth, compassion, and morality. Seshat too steps forward at the gateway of personal power at this time of shifting foundations, and that's SESHAT. 1111 previous post to assist you in laying down new foundations for your soul work, purpose, and path in alignment with your role as an active sentient of the God-Goddess of change, in alignment with your original soul purpose, which she, Seshat, recorded in your individual and cosmic Akashic records at this time of death and rebirth, as we shift gears into a new epoch, new timelines, new realities based on new perceptions, knowledge, skills, that which sustain all, the age of Aquarius. Venus, Inanna, can be seen in the pre-dawn sky conjunct the balsamic moon at the gateway of personal power on the 12th of November on her month-long journey through this gateway. Be light in grace, isischannelings.wordpress.com. And today from Sparks of Divine Light Healing. Many people are still feeling the upgrades as we are adjusting to the energies of the 1111 portal. Today is Friday the 13th. This cosmic alignment is all about the divine feminine. Friday is a day named after the goddess Venus. The lunar calendar is also made up of 13 months. When we see the energies of Friday and the number 13 come together, it creates a powerful portal. The energy now is all about the goddess. Friday the 13th is a powerful day for manifesting. Today's energy is especially powerful since tomorrow is a new moon. Tomorrow's new moon in Scorpio is also a supermoon. It is the third of 3 supermoons we have had in a row, and it's the last supermoon of the year. A supermoon is where the moon is orbiting closer to the Earth than normal. That means we will feel its effects much more. This new moon has a theme of the phoenix and is bringing the energy of a rebirth with it. This is a powerful energy for a new spiritual beginning, and the supermoon will help us in completing a cycle. This energy is also a bridge that will take us into eclipse season. Taurus, Scorpio, and Aquarius might be feeling these energies a little extra. Since we are going through so many upgrades so fast, this energy may be making you a little more sleepy. We are still very much feeling and integrating the energies of this week's 1111 portal. Really tune into your physical body at this time and really listen to what it's needing. This is a powerful space to be healing and activating yourself. That is exactly what these energies are being sent to us for. The frequencies are really high this week, and we are adjusting to a lot of light body upgrades. It's a good time to catch up on rest, to meditate, or to journal. We are instant manifesting. That is why it's a good time to slow down and to really be with your thoughts. Get aligned with whatever it is you truly desire and leave it with the goddess. From sparksofdivinelightshealing.com. From Divine Sistar of the Light, Karen Lithica, Cosmic Communication. As cosmic light rays shower your world, know all crystalline beings are transmuting on a microcosmic, macrocosmic level. Like a symphony of light, I see the great light upgrades occurring like an endless stream of fireworks around an auric field as activations and reassimilations are ongoing and transforming. I see the whales gliding through our oceans, aligning to the light symphony, transponding and calibrating this information, and aligning with the light frequencies in their domain. As way showers of your world, we ask you to align to the crystalline beings for support, enhancement, and alignment, for that is part of their role to assist. Communication with every being is expanding now as you align with the higher dimensional light framework, reaching the light communication channel. For it is an infinite expanding space, a boundless world of light. As your construct expands, we are intimately realigning to Gaia's multidimensional crystalline grid, enabling this connection. As we return to the innate connection of Gaia, as advanced souls, our futures are forever expanding. As we awaken to the construct of this timeline, see no limitations as we enter a new spectrum of light. New Earth blessings, love equals unity, from KarenLithica.com. And today, from Divine Sister of the Light, Judith Kusel, I see the new Earth rising. I stand in awe and wonder, so much magnificence. When one sees the bigger picture of what is now unfolding, in truth, you would not mourn the old Earth. You would be opening your arms to rise into the new, with no regrets, only with a wide open arms and pure, unconditional love. From JudithKusel.com. Today, from Divine Sister of the Light, Elizabeth Peru. With 4 planetary retrogrades, stirred global energy, and many feeling that life is accelerating, it's the empaths who are fielding the energy for many. Are you an empath? If so, listen up. One of the great requirements of our move into 2020 and the Aquarian Age of Light is to become energy responsible. That's a skill to be able to intuit and communicate invisibly. That's also a skill to not take on the lessons and energy of others. Beloved ones, here we go. It's going to be a breakthrough energy week ahead with Friday the 13th, Mars direct, the final supermoon of 2020, and eclipse season beginning. From ElizabethPeru.com. Today, from Divine Sister of the Light, Carolyn, Servant of Yahweh. The 1111 portal gateway merged the union of the divine masculine and feminine Christ into one whole heart of the Scorpion template. This all occurred because of the warrior brides of the Sisterhood of the Rose, in her Scorpion embodiment, merged alchemically with her divine masculine Christ. During alchemical union, she transferred this frequency to him, which took over his flesh and integrated immediately. Quickly, as scorpions, they become one heart formation, merging as one warrior of Yahweh. This is the same heart merging of the 144 Fibonacci code of Heteros Gamos unions. Very exciting and unexpected, yet makes perfect sense. The divine masculine Christ warrior template is landing in the flesh on the earthly plane now. This is God's army that is scattered among all nations, destroying the devil through oneness, wholeness, love, and service. Go time. It's already won and done. God's warrior collective is now growing and expanding through the Scorpio new moon of November 15, 2020, offering a new service to humanity. We are collectively walking through the threshold into the heaven on earth, within new hearts and the spirit of Creator in us and among us now. I specifically removed a lot of swine during the ceremony of union, which guided me to Luke 8, where Luke 8:33, then went the devils out of the man and entered into the swine, and the herd ran violently down a steep place into the lake and were choked. Remember that you are anointed and hold the birthright to rebuke and cast out the devil, with the Scorpion template etherically occurring in all of our unions, with our beloved divine masculine Christ counterparts now. Know that this power is greatly increasing in you both. All praises to the Most High. Thank you, brothers and sisters of the Rose and the Lion tribe of Judah, for completing mission and God's plan. Namaste. Today from Astro Mama, Jupiter conjunct Pluto in Capricorn, the finalization of 13 years of karma, death of the ego, raw power personified. On November 12th, we had the final meetup in 2020 of Jupiter, the planet of expansion, wisdom, and abundance, and Pluto, the planet of death, power, and intensity, both at 22 degrees of Capricorn. These two first met on April 4th and again on June 30th. Capricorn, the 10th zodiac sign, deals with control, order, restriction, hard work, and obligation. The final meetup of Jupiter and Pluto in Capricorn is here to end a 13-year cycle, connected to our world's need to exhibit power and domination. Every 13 years, these two planetary giants come together to expand and eliminate. The next time will be in the year 2033, when they come together in the sign of Aquarius. The final meetup of 2020 is about ending a cycle connected to order, structures, and obligations within our lives. This is not to say that these things are bad or not necessary. It does suggest, however, that the way in which we have tolerated and allow these order, structures, and obligations is ready to be purged. A new level of accountability and respect is being asked from us at this time. The feeling of being in control and high achieving has lost its grip. There is an awakening that these states of being no longer cut it. A death of the ego is being asked us by the divine. This process to many can feel quite like a shedding of skin and like a death of consciousness. The final meetup of Jupiter and Pluto in Capricorn is here to break down our defenses and allow us to rebuild with power and substance. We will first have to let go of any old habits around control and dominance. There is no room for the old. Jupiter is expanding our awareness and Pluto is asking for a final surrender, and this could be quite shocking and dramatic. A windfall of frenzy around this dramatic transformation is possible. There is power and honor as we release these tight grips of feeling bound and trapped. Jupiter conjunct Pluto in Capricorn says that grip must die. That grip must be relinquished to true power, and order can find its way back to us. Jupiter conjunct Pluto is here to expand and personify our power, but within letting go and allowance, bringing up extremes with our sense of security, and have us recognize the power of ultimate surrender and the cycles of death plus rebirth. From astromama.com, and today from Here in the Moon Astrology, Friday, November 13, 2020. Even as the outer world turns, bringing big news and potential breakthroughs, if you've been increasingly offline energetically, wrapped in your own inner world, suspended in a weird form of stasis, you are not apathetic, disenchanted, or lost, but engaged in deep and necessary high heart healing. Because your shifts are no longer coming through mind, you may be feeling lost, dispersed, scattered, or fragmented. Your old control and command center is being disabled. You are making a personal and collective rite of passage from an old way of life, which is now gone dark, to a new era not yet born. This is the liminal space between no longer and not yet. Take heart. Potent magnetic healing energy is available now as Jupiter and Pluto merge for the third and final time. As the planet of life force Mars slows down to turn forward at the super new moon of resurrection in Scorpio, as we are tumbled through an eclipse tunnel, the crucifying brutality of this black swan year of Saturn and Pluto, although leaving you flattened, ragged, bereft, raw, heartbroken, and exhausted, has stripped you right back to your essence, so that you now know, beyond any shadow of a doubt, what really matters. This process, this astrology, is not head stuff. It's somatic, physical, integrative. So as a very different Aquarian landscape beckons, don't try to jump straight into the next before you experience the now. From Here in the Moon Astrology.co.uk, and a very powerful message today from Gaia Portal. Oceans of harmonics bathe the planet. Light beings awaken to their roles. Far seers complete their visions. Causes are dropped. Highest missions are embraced. From GaiaPortal.wordpress.com. Today from the Tzolk'in Times. Kin 229. Red Galactic Moon. The number 8 is called Galactic, and its key words are harmonize, model, and integrity. It's the 8th step of the White Wind Wave spell, and we now shift well past the halfway mark and begin to see tangible progress, if we have been journeying through it consciously. Today is Red Moon, which is all about going with the flow. This is a great combination of number and a day. When you combine the meanings, the result is purify, to harmonize, or flow, integrity. To summarize a very relaxed day, simply surrender and you'll find harmony. Today's guide is Red Skywalker, which represents adventure and courage. This suggests we all do something bold and out of our comfort zone, a contrast to the relaxed moon energy. What can that mean? Well, if letting go is outside your comfort zone, that could be considered brave, or if going with the flow takes you on an adventure, that could lead to something very interesting. The challenge of the day is Blue Storm, which is the catalyst of the Tzolk'in, but for people born on Blue Storm days, today is a struggle because you cannot change anything. The moon's effect on turning tides is too powerful for you to take on. Try to chill. You may be surprised what happens when you trust in the universe. The occult power is yellow human, the channel or vessel of the Zolkin. In this position, the human has a magical, intuitive ability. And so if you are struggling today, just rely on your intuition and don't underestimate its power. The ally is the white dog, which represents love, loyalty, and heart. If you are lucky enough to know one, they can be a great help with your big heart and playful manner. If you are a white dog, offer your support whenever you can today. And today from Divine Sister of the Light, Christina Papa Giorgio. Red Galactic Moon, Kin 229, 13 November 2020. Harmony through integrity. 13-11-2020 equal 13-11-22 equal 4-2-4 equal 10 equal 1. 13, the goddess, cosmic consciousness, natural lore. 4, form, structure, foundation, earth, angelic. 11, portal, gate, polarity. 2, twins, cooperation. 10, manifestation, authority, power. 1, leader, new beginnings, original. Kin 229 equal 13 equal 4. 13, kin code on 13th November. Double, the goddess power. Friday the 13th, supernatural day. Today is a very magical divine day where we are aligning with cosmic consciousness and harmonic time through the galactic goddess. The number 13 is very mystical, and its frequency aligns you with the natural order of creation and the mother aspect of source. The 13 relates to the 13 moon cycles in a year and the lunar calendar, which has a feminine coding aligning with natural time and the cycles of nature. Following a 1320 synchronic frequency, the dream spell coding breaks us out of the artificial 1260 count matrix. The 13 is so powerful in opening your pineal gland and activating you to awaken to God consciousness that was deliberately branded as evil and bad luck, especially if falling on a Friday. The dark controllers wanted to keep humanity enslaved, so they attached fear to this frequency to scare the masses away, preventing empowerment and impeding the ascension and the evolution of humanity. Having Friday the 13th in an 11 portal month after the opening of the 11-11-22-22 planetary portal is extremely fortuitous, as it aligns with a red moon goddess day, divine providence that the galactic goddess is arriving through this gateway and heralding the power of the divine feminine and reshaping our world. Super exciting. Today is day 8 in the wave spell of Ish, the white wind, who holds the power of spirit and communication, where we are becoming hollow vessels for spirit to communicate and operate through our being. Today we are purifying our vessel to allow for a greater flow of integrity and compassion as we channel spirit. Tone of creation, galactic tone 8 in the mental realm. Action, modeling, power, harmonize, essence, integrity. The galactic tone will influence much mental analysis today. The most important factor is that we model integrity in our thoughts, words, and actions. We are modeling flow, allowing for spirit to guide us to more harmonious life in a harmonious world. Through the powers of universal water, we are returned to a state of wholeness and harmony. We need to reflect on the messages from spirit and ensure that we are aligned in order for us to evolve and become enlightened. Galactic tone also focuses on integrity as it operates on the mental level. You will be mindful of scrutinizing your thoughts and actions, examining whether they are in total alignment with divine will, and coming from a place in your heart focused on loving kindness to yourself and all other beings. Our plans need to be transparent and for the highest good of our community and planet, for them to hold up in these new frequencies. Our projects and business models will then serve as a model for others, following in our footsteps who hold the ideals of unity, peace, and harmony as a priority. At Tone 8, we have entered a new scale, and we are so proud. We just have to model ourselves for others. We have also mastered harmony at this stage. We are galactic, and don't we know it? The goddess carries the power of purification in order to allow for a greater flow of our intuitive senses, connecting with spirit through our receptive feminine side. Thus, we have the duet with God and Goddess, seeking to raise the flow of consciousness through our being. We are being called to detox and purify on both a mental and emotional level through our watery, intuitive senses. open to the flow of universal waters to access pure consciousness, allowing more abundance to flow in. The energies are pushing us to go with the flow, becoming softer and more fluid. Allow these cosmic currents to flow through your vessel, purify and release, allowing the goddess to attune your being and connect you to your feminine gifts once again. The rhythmic human has the power to organize your physical body and reality for more harmony to flow, allowing for the divine spirit to have a greater presence in your life. Hold the knowingness that your soul fragment is the total embodiment of divine love and thus source. Ebb is asking us to upgrade our mind and begin to merge with God mind. Ebb also carries the golden chalice, supporting us in opening our vessel for a greater flow of golden abundance from source. This superpower today has the hidden agenda of divine will, organizing for thy will to be done. May the galactic goddess fill your golden chalice with her divine blessings and infinite love. Today's question is, how can I purify my mind in order to align with God mind, modeling greater integrity and harmony? Divine blessings for filling your golden chalice with the gifts of God Goddess in Lakek Alakin, Christina White, Magnetic World Bridger, Kin 66. Kin 229, Red, Galactic Moon. The mantra, the code for today is, I harmonize in order to purify. Modeling flow, I seal the process of universal water with the galactic tone of integrity. I am guided by the power of space. And on this powerful Goddess Day of the Friday the 13th, let us know, beloved beings of light, in the comments below what you're experiencing, what you're feeling, what you're seeing, your visions, your dreams, and your synchronicities. And if you're new to this channel, be sure to subscribe and click the subscribe button below. And as always, we have a link in the description to the transcriptions of today's transmissions, and we archive these on our website, primedisclosure.com. Now, I would also, at this time, like to give and transmit my deepest gratitude and appreciation to all our angels out there that are supporting my work, and for your pledges and financial support on Patreon and your donations. I have many great missions here in the near future, and it's because of your support I'm able to do these daily transmissions and to keep my work flowing through this great awakening, great transition. So I'd like to welcome and thank Divine Angel of the Light for your pledge and support on Patreon, Bolle Ostengard. Thank you, Angel. I would also like to thank and welcome Divine Sister of the Light, Kathy Angel. Thank you for your pledge. I'd also like to welcome and thank Divine Sister of the Light, Jan, for your pledge. I'd also like to thank and welcome Divine Sister of the Light, Janet Cross, for your pledge and support on Patreon. I'd also like to welcome and thank Divine Sister of the Light, Kathleen McCabe, for your pledge and support on Patreon. I'd also like to thank Christina Carrick for raising your pledge on Patreon. I'd also like to welcome and thank Divine Sister of the Light, Letitia, for your support and pledge. I'd like to thank Divine Sister of the Light, Sue Jernland, for raising your pledge also. I'd like to thank Divine Angel of the Light, Jordan, for your support and pledge on Patreon. I'd also like to transmit my deep gratitude for Divine Angel of the Light, Ramona, for raising your pledge on Patreon. I'd like to also thank and welcome Divine Sister of the Light, Kelly Sipos, for your pledge and support. I'd like to also welcome and thank Angel of the Light, Robin Poe, for your pledge and support on Patreon. I'd like to thank Divine Angel of the Light, Janka Wise, for your support and pledge on Patreon. I'd also like to thank Divine Sister of the Light, Laura, for your pledge and support on Patreon. And I'd also like to thank Divine Sister of the Light, Lisa Goldstein, for your support and pledge on Patreon. We had a major blast here with this abundance codes through the sacred condor and eagle energies. The eagle and the condor fly high, and with this 13 energy of the divine goddess, plus the transmission I gave of my experience with the Great Spirit through this wild horse in the Death Valley on my journey to my sacred condor. So if you're already a patron on Patreon, you could take a look at that. It's a short video where this most beautiful creature of the light let me touch her. She came up to me out of the herd, let me touch her on her forehead, and it looks like an angel marking a white angel on her brown head. One of the most precious experiences of my life. And I share that with all of you that support my work and great mission here on Pachamama. Now I'd also like to give a thanks to Divine Sister of the Light Zorina Donato for your donation today. Thank you, angels. I'd also like to thank Divine Sister of the Light Kaylin Ryan for your donation today. I'd also like to thank Hanain Bangtriff. Sorry about the pronunciation there. Thank you for your donation today. I'd also like to thank Divine Sister of the Light Jen Marana for your donation today. I'd also like to thank Divine Sister of the Light Nicole Johnson for your donation. So it's been very inspirational and activating and uplifting, all of your support in the last couple days, to see that so many new angels are seeing the value in my work and mission and the great work that I've put out for many years to the collective, as we're at this final precipice for this great awakening. So what it's looking like, to give you all an update on my situation out here, it's looking like I will probably have to rent a temporary place to continue my work until myself and my Condor and Soul Star family find land and property around the area. I've connected with one of our bro stars of the light in Cleveland who owns a mortgage and real estate company, and he said within the next few months there's going to be a major shift in real estate to hang tough. I'm going to keep looking and find ways. He also said it's going to be very difficult for me to get an FHA loan today. And this is all 3D stuff, which I see shifting. It's going to shift very quickly now. But until we're fully anchored into New Earth and in 5D, these are things that I have to contemplate. And my visions I'm seeing through this mission will start potentially with property where it can be a healing center that people can visit for healing sessions. And I'm going to do a healing transmission here in a few minutes from this great chief that I'm connected with in the higher dimensions, that I'm in this valley, that he gifted me with a powerful tool today that I'm going to transmit to all of you. And as all medicine men have said in the past, that behind every powerful medicine man is an even more powerful medicine woman. And my sacred Condor, my Shakti, my queen of everything, is one of the most powerful divine feminine healing goddesses in eternity. So with her energy and mine combined, we will create a most powerful healing center and school. My vision, I'm seeing a dojo where I can teach healing arts, do healing sessions. And then in the future, I'll need to get investors to buy property to create a healing retreat and sustainable community. But first, I have to secure a place for myself and my Soul Star family to be able to do our work and our mission here in this great field. So for now, it's looking like I will try to find a place, which there's a couple places available that I have found in Washington State, to keep anchoring in the Lemurian codes, the Eagle and Condor codes of divine union, sacred union, and divine abundance for humanity. Many people have already been touched by this energy. The medicine bear woman transmitted to me that after our session of gifting for my queen and Soul Star family, her business really exploded in abundance. So we're touching all divine unions. The Heros Gamos is for humanity, so that all beings of light, all sentient beings, can be activated and attract through these laws of attraction, through our magnetic potential, great abundance for all humanity. And yes, beloveds, no one gets left behind in this great awakening and ascension. So from the top of my heart, bottom of my heart, and all my heart, I thank all of you for your support and everyone making their pledges and making this dream become a reality, my visions and mission that I transmit to all of you. So thank you again. And now I will tap into the energies of this great chief and this great valley through this great gift that was transmitted to myself today on this great portal of the goddess of the 13. So if you relax your mind and body, take a deep breath, and with every breath, go deeper and deeper within, and keep letting go, letting go, letting go. Whatever you feel in your body, allow that feeling to carry you to the 0 point, to the still center. And in that heart space center of pure life, pure light, I want you to envision the color pink. This elemental is of the pink rose of the Divine Mother, the Divine Goddess, Kuan Yin, Virgin Mary, Mary Magdalene, the Shakti energy of the love, the compassion, the healing, the pink. And I hold this elemental in my left hand of the blue path of our Venusian lineage. So feel your vessel, your sacred temple, your body, your avatar, filled with the pink rose light of the Magdalene lineage, our divine sisters, our divine mothers, our divine goddesses and lovers here now, healing every atom, every cell, coming into perfect balance and perfect harmony. And we see the pink merging with the blue, the Magdalene of the rose, the pink and the blue come together. We see the pyramid, the Merkaba of the pyramid, the pink pointing up and the blue pointing down as they spin together in perfect harmony through this vortex, through the spiral, the sacred spiral of life, the spiral of the goddess. The two colors become one to create the violet ray, the violet flame. And see your vessel as the two become one, the Heros Gamos in your heart center, and see that expand out to the ends of your universe, into the multiverse, the violet flame, the violet ray, the violet light of divine source, of divine healing, divine balance, abundance, truth, and feel into that energy. Let go into that feeling and allow it to carry you to source, into the pure light, the clear light of bliss, the bright virtue of our pure awareness. And take a deep breath and feel the heavenly chi through the prana, through the oxygen, through your breath, your sacred breath, filling your temple with the gold light. The gold and the violet come together to create the clear light of bliss, of the eternal bliss consciousness code of divine creator here now, and let go into that peace, into the stillness, and into the light. Om Mani Padme Hum. Elohim, Elohim. Om Shiva Graksha Babaji Yog. Babaji, 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 the holy fire, the holy water, the Holy Spirit, here now through this vessel. There is no separation. There is no duality, only peace and the stillness of the light, the power of silence. From our 0 point, infinite light, infinite life. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu. And keep breathing in the energy, 133, coming into the 11 and the 13. The Council of 9 is here with us now for completing this mission. It is time to celebrate, feel the pink, the gold, the rose, sacred rose of the Magdalene, divine feminine goddess energy, rising up, ascending up, the sacred phoenix, rising from the ashes, the fire in the middle, the pyramid, fully activated in our heart center, in the 3 dantians, the threefold flame of the Christos Magdalene lineage. I am here now in this body where I always am, as one with source, no separation. Only oneness and unity in our heart center, and as we live 100% from our heart, being connected to all things, we rise up in divine union, divine countenance, fulfill this great prophecy of the new earth, the new Eden, the new Jerusalem, here now in this body, the sacred temple, the holiest of holy. Now I bow to you all now, to you, Divine One, listening to this message, as you are being activated in your divine soul star spark, why you came, fully activated, fully awake, fully aware. I bow to you now. I love you all. Namaste.